Hi guys, Stefan once more from Stefan's here today as ever, and I'm going to give you my moment of the past weekend in the Premier League. So round 3 is already upon us, or was upon us, and now we're headed into the international break after a very eventful last couple of days. And the one moment that I want to pick after this weekend, so obviously we had a good chunk of games on the Sunday, and one fixture that stood out of course was Spurs against Burnley. No less because, of course, Spurs are yet to win at the new adopted home ground of Wembley Stadium, and they didn't quite manage it once again. And it was a very late goal from all-white striker, so New Zealand striker Chris Wood, my fellow countryman, scoring the equaliser so late on in that game, and it quite literally broke Mauricio Pochettino's spirit with the top of the drink bottle going onto the pitch, and you could quite see he was devastated. Crestfallen was Mauricio Pochettino after that incident. So Chris Wood with the equalising goal, and that moment for me reminded us all once again just how great and surprising this league really is. And of course, Burnley already with the shock of the season, beating Chelsea on the opening day, and now this huge result away from home at, of all places, Wembley. And Spurs never really closed the match out to their expense. But of course, Chris Wood coming up with the goods after a very neat through ball, by the way, by Robbie Brady, a very underrated player. Again, one I'd like to highlight in short here. So it was his industry which opened up the corridor for Chris Wood to move into, and swiftly he latched onto the through ball and planted it past a helpless Hugo Lloris, who didn't really move at all, it must be said. So a very satisfying point, as it turned out, for Sean Dyche's men in London. So that's my moment of the weekend, and just to really further bring that home, so if you look at the greater context, of course, yes, everyone's speaking about that Spurs hoodoo, and that they can't win, they can't find a elusive win at Wembley, at least not yet. And of course, this one's so late on, where gaps started appearing deep in the Spurs half. So that's a huge moment for Burnley, particularly when you consider their away form last season was pretty bleak, and already they've earned 4 points on their travels just in 3 games this season. So very big for Burnley, but of course the headlines were all about that Spurs fallout, the outcry on the back of that draw, which really felt like a heavy defeat, in fairness, it must be said, for Pochettino's men. Of course, building this project, which should be seeing a new lease of life at this massive, famous, iconic arena in Wembley, albeit the new Wembley, but of course it's rather turned pear-shaped. And let's not forget, of course, last season's Champions League, their beleaguered Champions League campaign faltering quite heavily at home at Wembley, their adopted home of course. Now in the Premier League, with it being the new residence, they've yet to settle at all. So huge significance on that front alone. And of course, there's always the small matter of Harry Kane not scoring this month, at least in August. So that's another subplot to take into consideration with this one too. Already it seems like a turning point in Spurs' season. And of course, we speak about Arsenal, we spoke about Chelsea, particularly on that opening day. But you have to wonder too about Spurs. Is this really going to be quite a difficult season, particularly with all this Champions League fixtures to contend with? So all in all, congrats to Sean Dyche, and of course Chris Wood particularly, earning an invaluable point at the home of one of the Premier League favourites. So there you have it. I've of course been Stefan from Stefan's today. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.